Let's talk about your Australian journey so far.
Yeah.
So, how you feel about living in Australia?
No, when I first, as I said, I first moved here in 2006 with my wife. We were at Monash. I was doing research on diaspora, right?
Mhm.
I didn't like Australia.
Oh,
We didn't like we so our. I think it was
wow.
mostly because of we lived in Clayton near Monash. Remember,
Mhm.
2006-7 Australia is not the same Australia as we
No,
see
not
now.
at all. Not at all.
It was still empty Australia.
Yep.
Shops will close at 5 p.m.
Exactly.
So, we arrived here. We had jet lag. I woke up around 5:30,
Hmm.
and then I went to the shops and I saw everything is closed. Right? Someone said go to a 7-Eleven. I said, what's a 7-Eleven? They said it's a petrol station. You keep walking because there was almost no bus as well because buses used to even after 4:30 or 5 they ply on 1 or 2 hour kind of gap. Now the
Yep.
gap has decreased because they are focusing more on public transport. So I said, okay. So I went there, bought bread, which was really costly. If you buy it from petrol station, milk and bread, they're costly. So came back, had a chat with a few people. I said, okay, we rented an accommodation later, but it was still empty. If you didn't have a car, you didn't enjoy anything. So you were dependent a lot on public transport. I'll tell you a funny incident. So my wife said, let's go to Dandenong Ranges, right? I
Right.
said, don't worry, I'll do everything. So I found out. So we got down at Dandenong Station.
Right.
Right. So those who know Victoria, they know Dandenong Station is not same as Dandenong Ranges. I got down and I saw a lot of Fiji Indian shops there, like Afghan people moving. So there was a
Yeah.
Fiji Indian guy there, shop. So I went in. I said, "Hey, what bus? Which bus should we take for Dandenong Ranges?" He said, "Sorry, brother, you are in the wrong place. You need to go towards Fantry Gully and
Yes.
that side." I said, "What?" But
Yeah.
this area is Dandenong, right? They
Yeah.
said, no, Dandenong Ranges is the other side.
Different thing.
Yeah, so
Right.
same thing happened with us when we went to Phillip Island. Again, now there are lots of bus services, tourism, local tourist buses which take you to Phillip Island. So we went through Mornington Peninsula. We took the boat, and the boat got us on the other side of the Phillip Island, not towards the Penguin Parade, which is towards San Remo side.
Yeah.
Can you believe the boat dropped us around 10 o'clock in the morning, and they said the boat will come back at 4:30. We went on
Right.
a weekend, so there were no taxis. This is 2006, right? There
Mm.
were limited number of taxis that used to ply on the island. There was a bicycle shop. He said, but I'll close at 4 and Penguin Parade is in the evening, so you'll have to stay here to return my bike, right? You have to pay $150 for two bikes kind of thing. So
Oh.
we spent from 10 o'clock to 4:30 waiting for that boat, eating fish and chips, right?
Oh
And
my God. Oh
but
my
this
God.
time it was my wife who planned the trip, so I was like, okay, not my fault.
You
So,
saved
so
yourself.
that was the Australia I'm talking about in 2006 and
Yeah.
7. I said, hey, in India, if I was driving, I would just roll down my window, next car, bhai sahab, ye rasta kahan jata hai, and
There you
quickly, and there are pawn shops that will tell you the way, rickshaw walas, auto walas.
go. Yeah.
Even if there are no numbers, it's easy to find an address.
Things. Yeah.
People are
Absolutely.
connected. I found that there was a disconnect between people.
Yeah.
No one talked to anyone. You needed friends until someone helped you network with Indian family. No one talked to anyone on the streets here. Like even you said hi, they would be missed. They would be like "paise to nahi chahiye"
Mm,
types.
mm,
And you
mm.
just want to say hi. You saw a fellow countryman. Now the thing has changed. I
Now
met a
it's
lot of people when we moved back in 2013. We met a lot of people in libraries, Indians on street, tram, right? Oh, भाई साहब आप हिंदी में बात करें दिल्ली की हिंदी लग रही है अच्छा कहाँ से हो दिल्ली में and that kind of started. I think
mm,
that's something which is happening and that's why 2000, when we came back, there was still a cultural shock because we ended up in Box Hill. Deakin University, Burwood campus is near Box Hill.
Ah,
Again, same thing. We arrived here at 11 o'clock at night. This time it was night.
right.
Got up early morning. I said, now we know Australia, right? We know Coles, Woolworths, everything. So now this time we had smartphones as well, Google Maps, right?
Right. Yeah,
So I put
nice.
it in Google Maps, nearest shopping center. It was 5 minutes away. So I was just walking and I looked up. All the signs were in Mandarin. And I looked around. I said, "Hey, what's happening? Like,
Landed
did
up
we
in wrong.
ended up in wrong Melbourne, like Melbourne, Hong Kong, or Melbourne someplace?" So, but then, so that Box Hill was. I've never been to Box Hill before that, so I understood that Box Hill is now. So Clayton. Then we went back to Clayton. Clayton is mostly Indian.
Yeah.
Box Hill is mostly Chinese. Doncaster East, I live around Doncaster. It's mostly Chinese, Iranian, Indian. So this is something that as you move into your journey, you start realizing, right? So West is mostly Indian now. I'm moving further towards mountains next month.
Okay, wow.
So that's something. Once you start understanding the place, I think
Mm,
you start understanding yourself as well.
correct.
This is what you really wanted. These are the people you want to be surrounded by. You want to work with, you don't want to work with, kind of. And that's the clarity starts coming in. So as I said, I never, like 2006, 7, it was, we just wanted to go back. We were very happy to go back, in fact.
Wow. Wow.